Hi, welcome to Astrology for GAN Traders. My name is Olga Morales. Now for this month's presentation, I'm going to be looking at Bible astrology and WD GAN. Now GAN tells you to read the Bible at least 3 times, and he found his cycles for trading within it. Now, he's very focused on biblical prophecy, and once you're getting to GAN, you start going down this pathway, you'll find some amazing things that have been encoded in the Bible, just the same as Tunnel Through the Air. So let's get started. Let's have a look if I can move to the next slide. GAN says, this is from Tunnel Through the Air on page 62. I've been studying the Bible night and day for many years, and I believe that I have found in it the key to all prophecy. The rules foretelling the events in the history of the country, the progress in invention, and the rules for forecasting the future of stocks and commodities. Page 84. How few people are willing to study the Bible in order to understand the signs and discern the future and profit by it. Robert was a great believer in astrology because he had found this great science referred to so many times in the Holy Bible. He had made notes as he read the Bible at different times where it referred to astrology or the signs in the heavens, and was thoroughly convinced that the influence of the heavenly bodies govern our lives. So let's have a look at, GAN left us some amazing tools and charts and lots of things that we can actually explore. This is his master 360-degree circle chart, and the important thing about it is how he's divided a square, but essentially it can be a circle of 360. And if we have a look at first this division on the side here, we have 12, so that's the 12 zodiac signs. Then he's further divided it again into 24, so we've got the 24 hours in the day. And along the side he's also put certain harmonics. These are the ratios, law of vibration. When we divide one whole of 360 by a number, we get divisions and ratios, and this is the harmony. And the same he has done along the bottom here in terms of time and division. Okay, these are the degrees in the zodiac through the year. Now, and then he has put price levels in here, and they can be also time. So let's have a look at the moment. If I just have a look at the S&P 500, the high on the 2nd of April was at 1573. So we're in this zone here, and you can see anytime price goes on the diagonals, that's what GAN tells you of these squares, there's resistance. Now if you look across, what that equates to is actually the 9th hour out of the 24 hours in here. Okay, and then the low on the 26th of February is 1485, is again on a diagonal, and if you look at the corresponding hour, that's the 3rd hour. So when you start looking again, you have to sort of think outside the box in terms of the hours. Now if you know, in the Bible there are 12 tribes of Israel, 12 disciples of Jesus, and then there's also the 24 elders if you read the Old Testament. So we're getting the numbers in there about the 24 elders were actually the 24 hours each day, and they were the points of guidance. Every hour was ruled by a planet, and it had a symbolism. So that's when you start getting into the Bible. Let's have a look at the 9th hour. Now, whenever time I see the 9th hour, I know something happened to Jesus on the 9th hour. If you read Matthew 27:46, at about the 9th hour Jesus cried out with a loud voice, my God, why have you forsaken me?" Now the 9th hour, if you look here, basically, if I go back, I will go back to this. The 9th hour here is where our price is actually reached at the high. And in this point, Jesus was actually, if you go through his whole thing of Good Friday before his crucifixion, Jesus was actually crucified at the 3rd hour, and he died at the 9th hour. Now the whole story about Jesus to suffer, Jesus was meant to suffer for 6 hours, just as God created the earth in 6 days and then rested on the 7th day. Well, then Jesus died on that 7th hour. So So he had to suffer for 6 hours. The same as Robert Gordon. If you know Robert Gordon's 7 days, he did the opposite. He actually destroyed for 6 days. So there's this symbolism here. And the fact that our numbers at the moment, we have gone from the 3rd to the 9th hour. This run up in here, which actually equates to, if you do the sums, have a look at how many degrees that actually is in terms of price, you'll understand what's happening here. So, you know, this is amazing when you look at it, and it's all to do with division of time on the clock. So if you go back to your 360, you'll start understanding more about how this works in terms of this part and this part. Okay, so that's just a little bit of what you can do if you look at the symbolism in terms of time in the Bible and the hours, and how Gam was looking at division of the circle and squares. Well, I hope you found that interesting. There's so much that can be explored, and I do spend quite a few hours reading the Bible, but with different eyes now. I see it as a text of symbolism, astrological symbolism, very much like what Gam does in Tunnel Through the Air. Actually, it helps you, once you start decoding Tunnel Through the Air, it helps you to understand how the Bible is encoded as well, through the symbolism. So people tend to read it as a literal text, which it's not. It's all symbolic. Everything was symbolism, and everything stems back from Egypt. So, you know, all the Egyptian mysteries were encoded in the Bible. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. And just to remind you, my forthcoming event is a WD Gam Planetary Stock Market Workshop with Bill Meridian on the 18th and 19th of May in New York City at the Hilton Times Square. And all information is on my website, Astrology for Gam Traders, or you can look at billmeridian.com, and we hope to see you there. It's going to be a great 2 days. Okay, bye for now.